People are just almost afraid to celebrate because it feels like, how could we be celebrating when so much other negative stuff is already going on or still going on around us? And celebrating success is a really big component of self-care. I looked at how environmental activists maintain their well-being while they're doing their activist work, and so celebrating success came up as one of the big findings from a number of the people that I interviewed, and they said that in order to maintain their well-being, it was essential for them to both reflect on the progress that had gone on so far, so looking back and seeing the accomplishments, even if it was a massive program or initiative that they were working on. People talked about being a warrior, and that a lot of activism was about this kind of warrior mentality of fighting a battle, and that they didn't see themselves as a warrior. That wasn't really who they were, and even though they were forcing themselves to be in this role, they were getting more and more depleted because they didn't have maybe what it took to be a warrior. However, they had all of these other wonderful skills that were so useful in other elements of activism, but maybe a different component of it. Maybe it was more of a back of the scenes role that was equally as important, but just not maybe the sort of spotlight that you would think of when you think of being an activist. So finding work that aligns with your inner knowing, making sure that the work that you're doing is really in alignment with who you are as a person, and that setting goalposts and reflecting on successes through those goalposts. And I think what often happens is, because these problems and issues, environmental issues that people are working on seem so monumental, people forget to celebrate. It's like, okay, that's done, what's the next thing? And I think that can be what is really draining. You don't see your successes, and you start to lose hope, and once you lose hope, I think it's really difficult to go on. That celebration seemed to feed the activists and give them more energy to keep going on and doing more and more work. For some people, celebrating comes easier than for others too. I think celebration is often something that involves a lot of people and a party, and for some people that can be really uncomfortable to be in the limelight or to be around a lot of people, and I know I tend to be more of a quieter person, so having a big party is not always a really comfortable thing for me. But I think when I get over that anxiety about it, it's actually enjoyable to be there in the process. I just have to find the niche that fits myself. And I think that can be true for a lot of people. I think the other thing that comes up is some people have a really hard time accepting positive feedback, and I don't know what else to call it, kudos or something, like in that moment of, okay, I just did something really big. Some people just brush off the positive reinforcement that they get from other people. And I don't think that's healthy either. I think it's really important to let it in and to hear it and to let yourself feel good about what you've done. You could be sitting there playing with sand, and sometimes it's really fulfilling, and sometimes it's like, it's kind of boring.